today I'm going to be reading you guys two of my most favorite stories in the whole wide world. I'm also going to be doing shoutouts and answering any questions you guys might have. I'll be just waiting a few more minutes and then we're going to begin. Hi! Oh, hello everyone. Hello, hello. I'm so glad you all could be here today. So many pretty hearts. Hello everyone. Alright, well let's begin story time. So, for my first story, it's called Buttercup the Brave, and it is all about my favorite horse in the entire world. Let's begin. Which horse would you like to ride today? A stable groom asked Princess Aurora. That's me. Aurora looked around the royal stable. There were so many horses. It was always hard to choose. But then a fine palomino caught Aurora's eye. He was the most beautiful creature she had ever seen. There he is. Aurora rode the former warhouse around the palace courtyard. The horse marched as confidently as if he were the king himself. Suddenly, the princess had an idea. From now on, I think I'd like to ride the same horse every day, she said. What a wonderful idea, Prince Philip agreed. You should have a horse of your own. What's this horse's name? Aurora asked. We call him Brutus, Your Highness, the groom replied. Oh no, Aurora said. That won't do at all. I think I'll call him Buttercup. Philip and the groom looked surprised. Are you sure? The prince asked. Aurora smiled. Do you like your new name, Buttercup? The horse snorted happily. Aurora rode Buttercup around the castle grounds. When the pages blew their trumpets as they rode by, he didn't flinch. When a carriage rumbled past, he stood at attention. When Aurora asked him to jump over a stone wall, he cleared it effortlessly. The next day, Aurora decided to ride Buttercup out to the fairy's cottage. Why don't you let me saddle up Samson and come with you? Philip suggested, looking worried. Don't be silly, Aurora said with a laugh. I grew up in these woods, remember? Besides, I'll be with Buttercup. He'll take care of me. Aurora and Buttercup pranced off, but the moment they entered the woods, Buttercup became a different horse. He began to walk slowly and look around nervously. When some of Aurora's woodland friends appeared, Buttercup tried to run away. What's the matter, Buttercup? Aurora asked. Why, there's nothing to be afraid of. She could hardly believe the change in her horse. He was even afraid to step over a branch. When she asked him to walk through a forest stream, he nearly fainted. By the time she reached the cottage, Aurora was feeling a bit frustrated. How could a horse, who was so brave at the palace, be so timid in the woods? Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather hurried out of their cottage. Oh, what a beautiful pony, Merryweather exclaimed. Aurora sighed. He is beautiful, she said, but he seems to be afraid of everything in the woods. I'm sure it'll be all right, Flora said. You'll just need to be patient with him, that's all. Yes, dear, be patient, Merryweather agreed, but she sounded distracted. She moved closer to the horse. What a nice coat he has, and such shiny hooves, Fauna added. Though he might look even nicer if his hooves were another color, Merryweather mused. Zap! She aimed her wand, and just like that, Buttercup's hooves turned blue. Oh my goodness. Don't be silly, Flora exclaimed. A horse shouldn't have blue hooves. What do you guys think? Should a horse have blue hooves? On the other hand, he might look pretty in pink. Zap! Buttercup's hooves returned to their normal color, but the rest of him turned pink. Oh my goodness. Quit that, Merryweather cried. Blue, pink, Flora argued back. Zap, zap. As the two fairies argued, the horse changed from the color to the next, so he was blue and pink. Oh my goodness. Aurora watched her new horse change color. That didn't seem to bother him at all. But when a stray leaf fluttered down, he jumped and snorted as if it were a horse-eating dragon, so he was so scared of leaves. What was she gonna do? She didn't want to give up on him. Buttercup was so perfect in every other way. Soon, it was time to say goodbye to the fairies. Aurora did her best to ignore the way Buttercup hesitated at every shadow on the way home. She'd been certain that Buttercup was the perfect horse for her. Now, she wasn't so sure. Suddenly, Buttercup stopped abruptly. What is it this time? Aurora asked with a sigh. Then she looked at the trail ahead and gasped in horror. And an enormous pounded as she watched the creature creep closer. If Buttercup could be scared by a bunny rabbit, he was certain to go crazy over a mountain lion. They were in big trouble. Oh no. To Aurora's surprise, Buttercup didn't even panic or try to run. Instead, he stood proudly and puffed himself up to look even bigger than he was. He planted his hooves and snorted angrily at the mountain lion. Then he marched forward and struck out at the lion with his front hooves. Aurora hung on. She was still scared, but it seemed that Buttercup wasn't. Buttercup's lack of fear made Aurora feel braver. She reached out and grabbed a sturdy tree branch. "Leave us alone!" she yelled at the mountain lion, waving the branch, "or else." Buttercup pawed at the ground and added a fierce snort to back up Aurora's words. When the mountain lion didn't budge, Buttercup leaped forward and pinned its tail to the ground with one hoof. Then Aurora reached out and gave the lion a smart rap on the nose with her branch. The lion let out an embarrassed yowl. Then it yanked its tail free and raced away. Aurora was pleased with herself and with her horse Buttercup. She'd been brave when it really counted. "Come on, Buttercup," she said, giving him a pat. "Let's go home." Buttercup snorted again, proudly, and pranced off. As Aurora and Buttercup neared the castle, a butterfly fluttered past. Buttercup's eyes went wide and he jumped in terror. "Oh, Buttercup. Oh my goodness, silly horse." Aurora stroked Buttercup's neck and talked to him in a soft voice, reminding him to stay calm. The butterfly fluttered closer and closer and finally landed right on his nose, which was only trembling a little. "Good boy," she praised him. "You know, Buttercup, I think we make a perfect team." Oh, I love that story so much, and I love Buttercup. I ride her every day. Does anyone have any cute little shout-outs I can give or any questions? Let's see. Well, I'm so glad you all could make it. Hi, Aurora, from Sam. Hi, Sam. So glad you could join. Charlotte enjoyed your story. Oh, I'm so glad. Hello, everybody. Hi from Evie. Hi, Evie. I'm so glad you could join. Emery wants to know why you have a crown. Oh, well, this is my special crown. It's my princess crown, and princesses wear crowns. Hi, everybody. Hi from Devery. Hi, Aurora, from Sarah and Bella in Michigan. Hello, everybody. I am so happy you guys could all join me today. My next story is called Aurora and the Helpful Dragon. This story also features Buttercup, my horse. I hope you guys like this one. I'll race you to the lookout point, Princess Aurora called to Prince Philip as they galloped through the forest one sunny morning. She sped away on her horse, Buttercup, with Prince Philip close behind. As they rounded a bend, a small dragon popped out from behind a tree. The prince and princess went to it at once. Grr, the little dragon said softly. Oh, he's so cute, Aurora said. Philip was worried. Dragons can be dangerous. The little dragon shook his head. Aurora laughed. I think he's saying he's not dangerous. Let's take him home. I'm going to call him Crackle. He does seem like a harmless little fellow, Philip agreed. Aurora picked up Crackle, but Buttercup was afraid. He tossed his mane and pawed the ground. Then Crackle licked the horse's nose. Buttercup blinked with surprise and nuzzled Crackle's cheek. The little dragon giggled. Buttercup likes Crackle, Aurora said. When Philip and Aurora rode into the courtyard, the three good fairies were hanging banners for a ball. King Stefan and his wife were coming to visit. Flora gasped when she saw Crackle. Dragons can be dangerous. Remember the last one Fauna added? Ooh, I think he's sweet, Merryweather spoke up. Grr, Crackle babbled. He seems to think you're sweet too, Aurora told Merryweather. Just then, Crackle noticed a kitten in the basket of yarn. Crackle listened to its purring. Then he scrunched up his mouth and closed his eyes. He tried to purr. Clouds of smoke steamed from his nose and mouth. Achoo! The fairy sneezed so hard from the smoke that they tumbled backwards. Crackle looked sad for a moment. Then he saw the kitten playing with a ball of yarn and he snatched some. Whoosh! The yarn burst into flames. Merryweather put out the fire with her wand. Oh, Crackle, Aurora said gently. You're not a kitten. You're a dragon. Crackle's lower lip trembled. Aww. A moment later, Philip led the horses into the stable. A dog followed, barking and wagging his tail. Crackle ran after him, wagging his tail too. He tried to bark. Flames shot from his mouth and some straw caught fire. Philip poured water on the burning straw. You're not a dog, he said kindly, shooing Crackle away. Sadly, the little dragon crept out of the stable. Aurora noticed that Crackle looked unhappy, so she took him back to the castle. As the princess began to tell a story, a bird sang by the window. Crackle's ears perked up. He tried to sing like a bird, but he bellowed. King Hubbard heard the racket and rushed into the room. Oh my, how did the dragon get in here, he shouted. Crackle had never heard a loud, angry voice before. Frightened, he ran to the garden. Oh, poor Crackle. Aurora chased after Crackle. At last, she found the little dragon sitting behind a fountain, watching a fish. Splash! Before Aurora could stop him, Crackle jumped into the water. Oh my goodness! Crackle, you're not a fish, Aurora said as she pulled the dragon from the pool. You're not a kitten or a dog or a bird either. You're a dragon. Tears rolled down Crackle's face. He sobbed. Suddenly, Aurora understood. Do you think no one will like you because you're a dragon, she asked. Crackle nodded and whimpered. You can't change what you are, Aurora said kindly. But you don't have to be dangerous. You can be a helpful dragon. Crackle stopped crying. He murmured hopefully. Before Before Aurora could answer, thunder boomed and dark clouds covered the sky. As Aurora and Crackle ran back to the castle, rain began to pour down. Everyone was gathered in the grand hallway watching the storm. "I'm afraid King Stefan and the Queen might lose their way," Prince Philip said, concerned. Aurora looked at Crackle. "Do you want to show everyone that you're a kind, brave dragon?" she asked. "Grrr!" Crackle exclaimed enthusiastically. "Fly to the top of the highest tower," Aurora instructed. "Then blow the largest, brightest flames you can help to guide my parents to the castle." A moment later, the little dragon soared upward. "Be careful," the princess called. Everyone tried to see Crackle, but it was too dark. Suddenly, gold and red flames lit up the sky above the watchtower. Crackle had done it. Again and again, Crackle blew his flames. At last, Philip shouted, "I see King Stefan's coach! They're almost here!" Oh, yay! Everyone hurried to greet the visitors. "The tower light saved us," King Stefan exclaimed. "I need one like it." At that moment, Crackle flew into the hall. "Well, there he is, our new tower light," King Hubert said with a laugh. "A dragon?" King Stefan asked. "But dragons are dangerous." "Not Crackle," Aurora interrupted. "He's a brave and helpful dragon." The end. Oh, I'm so glad you all joined me today. And I hope you guys have a magical rest of your day. And I will see you guys soon.